lot of people like Detroit ruin videos. But this is not going to be one of those videos. I like those as much as anybody. I think they're pretty fascinating, really. I think they're pretty interesting to watch. But I get depressed watching them. There's so many videos and there's so many websites about the destruction of Detroit and the terrible neighborhoods and the bombed out buildings and all that. It just gets depressing. And I mean, it's fascinating to watch, and it's always good to know what's going on and how things really are. But sometimes you need something positive to kind of counterbalance it. Sometimes it just gets so depressing, you really need something a little more positive that shows a different side of things. So we're going to go through the Green Acres neighborhood and probably Sherwood Forest, which is a well-preserved historic district. And we're going to take a look at one of the neighborhoods that's remained well-maintained and is still a nice neighborhood and still a very thriving place. Okay, we're in the Green Acres neighborhood, 8 Mile and Woodward. And I'm going to try to do this without getting in trouble, because they have CB patrols and neighborhood watches and all that. They keep a good watch over this neighborhood, so I don't want them thinking I'm suspicious or anything. But we can go through the Green Acres neighborhood, and we're going to see an area that you don't see on YouTube very often, and you don't see on the Detroit blight sites. I guess it's just not interesting to see neighborhoods like this. These are all occupied houses. People live in all these houses. They're maintained. They're kept in pretty good condition. These are not rental properties. These are all owner occupied. They're all well maintained, and they try to keep as much trouble out as possible. This is Pembroke Street up here. Once you get to Pembroke, you're in Sherwood Forest, which is a definite historic district. Sherwood Forest is considered probably one of the crown jewels of the city. I know I'm getting glare on the camera, but okay. I'm gonna take a drive down Renfrew. This is where it gets real nice. This is now Sherwood Forest. Yeah, another historical neighborhood, well maintained and still pretty wealthy. This looks like a newer part of the neighborhood. These houses look like they're built in the 50s. Now we get into the nice part. This is the real estate section here. And this is the city of Detroit. This is not the suburbs. This is actually the city of Detroit in the area of 7 Mile and Livernois. It goes from 8 Mile and Woodward to 7 Mile and Livernois. That whole stretch there looks pretty much like this. And this is what they don't tell you about in a lot of these videos about ruin porn. They don't show neighborhoods like this for a reason. People like to see devastation and all that, but after a while it just gets depressing. So you gotta once in a while take a look at neighborhoods like this and see that it's not completely a whole wasteland. The whole city isn't bad. We'll go down this way. Sherbourne Street. Got a real nice house here. A lot of English styled houses, stuff you'd see out of old-fashioned English villages. This neighborhood will pretty much take us back to Green Acres, which will take you back to 8 Mile. The garbage truck there. Street is this? I don't know. Stratford. This one looks promising. This place almost looks like a castle here. That house is probably worth about $300,000. You may ask yourself, if you're not familiar with the city, why would somebody spend $300,000 on a house in Detroit? But again, this is the Sherwood Forest neighborhood, and they sell that for that much here. These houses hold their values. If you'll notice, we haven't seen one boarded up house yet. We haven't seen one burned out house yet. Everything here is occupied. People live in them. They're maintaining them. They're in good condition. This is the neighborhood that you have to look at when you get depressed at all the ruin porn that's out there. I think we're back in Green Acres now. This looks like, I think we're in Green Acres. Yeah, because we just passed Pembroke Street. So, heading north, once you pass Pembroke, you're back in Green Acres. I had to be careful around here. There's a lot of people watching me, so they see a guy driving by with a camera, they might call somebody, police, CB patrol, something. It's pretty much the final few minutes of the video. Not a long video. I just wanted to drive through Green Acres and Sherwood Forest and show a different side of the city of Detroit that you don't normally see on these other videos, these ruin porn videos. Wanted to show a sign of I wanted to show a neighborhood that you don't usually see, and a side of the city that they don't let you know about because it's not very depressing. I guess there's something to be said about depressing videos. People like them, but this is not a depressing neighborhood. In fact, this is a very popular neighborhood that's still doing quite well.